What's up? Is it? So that nigga do the salsa. Yo, Vic, you can hear me out there? Yo, they can hear me out there? Turn it up real quick. Put me on. Yo, Vic. Yo, that's Vic. That's Victor. Come on in here, man. Come on in, man. Get in here, Vic. Get in here, man. Get in here. Yo, record it. Get in here, Vic. Come on in. Well, that was made murder. You were like, Vic. Vic, come on in. Vic. That was crazy, man. Vic, come on, man. Come on. Yeah.
He said, what I didn't walk into.
Come on, give us 2 minutes, man. Give us 2 minutes, man.
He said, yep.
It's popping, man. Oh, man. I wish we, you stay out here?
No, I'm just here moving around. We got some things to take care of.
Just. Oh, man, that's what's up, man. We'll get to the picks later on, man. You gotta go hold your. How you doing? Are we recording? Yeah, good. We never stop. We'll edit it out. Why? Yeah. OJ could be. Why do I feel like, and look, this is off the hum. First of all, thank you for even taking 2 minutes to come in and, New York in the building.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
100%.
saying? I got to deal with this all the time, Florida, all the time. I think that your playing career got cut short. I think you were very, very good, and I don't know why. I know there's a couple injuries. Why do you think your playing career got cut so short?
That's a good question. I think obviously early on the injuries played a part, but I think once I recovered and I came back healthy and I was proving that I could play, I think just, the business side of it kind of took a hold. We got Odell Beckham Jr. that year. We had Sterling Shepard as well, 2 young receivers. And they was like, we can't keep the OG around because we got to pay these 2 in a couple years. So even though he was doing well, we got to figure out how to get him out of here so we can pay these 2 young fellas.
That's what's up, and that's a very mature answer. I would have been like, fuck niggas. Man, I don't know what the fuck they talking about.
When I was at the crib, I'm like, fuck these niggas. What's going on? But when I'm in the office, I'm like, all right, y'all, what y'all need me to do?
That's the way it's supposed to be, man.
100%.
Listen, who are your top 3 receivers right now in the NFL? Who would you, matter of fact, give me your top 5.
Top 5 right now, okay, I'm going to go with, that's tough. I'm going to go with my guy from Minnesota.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Jamar Chase. I'm going to go with, I still like Cooper Kupp. I'm going to go with, who else? I'm drawing blanks. Y'all put me on the spot. I was walking through. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm trying to think of receivers. Now I got to put my receiver hat on. I like Brown from Philly. Yeah. And then I don't even know if he counts as a receiver or not, but he's just going off today. He went Deebo Samuel. You got to put him in that hybrid. Whatever he is, but he catching the ball, so we'll give him wide receiver too.
Got you. We know that you're out take care of business. I don't know if Mase or Stat has anything to ask, but I'll leave you with this last question from me. And we want to schedule. How long you out here?
I mean, I'll lead them all.
Okay. Well, next time you come, we'll get
We'll do it right. We'll do it
right. Thank you for even coming in for the 2 minutes. Not the winner, but who are your 2 teams going to the Super Bowl this year?
Man, I got to make a change because Kansas City just took an L, and the way they was looking, they look shaky. So I'm going to go with, I like 49ers on the NFC side, and on the AFC side, I'm going to go.
O.J. Simpson is in the background talking about, the 49ers.
By the way, I love OJ on the show, though. It's hilarious, like the whole thing. What's up, OJ?
Hey, buddy.
I can't hear you, but I know you out there doing your thing.
Yeah, he can't hear you.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with the Niners on the NFC side, and on the AFC side, man, I'm going with, who do I like on the AFC side? I don't even know. I gotta go with I'm going with the Niners to win the whole thing.
Okay,
let's just leave it at that.
Got you, man. Anything you want?
Yeah, I got one question. I always said if I was in front of you, I would ask this question: was that catch illegal when it was on the helmet
from David Tyree?
Yeah.
Was it illegal? Absolutely not. No, he had to catch it. Rodney Harrison's still upset about the catch. Every time he brings it up, he gets very, very upset.
Because
But
I
it
used to live down the street from him, so that always came up. So.
Yeah, that was legal. It was a crazy catch. Happy he came down with it for Giants history, man. Like, that's one of those catches that's going to go down in history forever. So it was perfectly legal and a great one at that.
Yo, Vic, thank you so much, man.
We got to do it right one day, man. I'm a huge fan of the show. I watch y'all all over the gram, all over the clips. Like, huge fan. Keep doing y'all thing.
When you leave out, I'm going to have my guys get your number and we'll set up right. But thank you, and Mrs. Sue, thank you so much. Because we know y'all are probably out in the day. Thank you for taking 5 minutes and coming through. We really appreciate it.
Our pleasure. Appreciate y'all, man.
Thank you, Victor, and thank you for coming on the show.
All right, have a good one. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yep.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Florida, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog Fantasy app. They will also match your first deposit up to $100, and you get a special pick when you sign up. Of course, I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts, Mase and Cam.
Killer, what's good?
Fuck is O at?
I don't know.
Yo, O. What? Yo, O there? Nick. Throw this shit on O, yo. He's what?
You know, I'll tell you
I
something.
can't see. What the fuck? Oh, yo, we're looking for you.
You can't see me now?
Yeah.
Can.
You're blocking the
So
San
I was gonna wear
Francisco
my-
sign.
I wanted to wear my San Francisco jersey. But you know, it's funny in my life. I move a lot. I keep a bunch of Buffalo Bills jersey, bunch of USC jersey, and some 49er jerseys. All of a sudden, all my 49er jerseys are gone.
Hold on, oh man. You just was missing. Before I even get to you, this nigga right here. Georgia, Oregon, the Mighty Ducks.
They put my dog down.
You have no team in the playoffs, murder. They got no.
I do.
No, go get the fuck. You see, I came in with my Alabama colors on. I came in here purposely. You know me. You know.
Now you're a good old boy.
Yeah, I came
now
in
you're a
purposely.
good old boy. You
with
wear
the-
Alabama colors.
I just was wondering.
You're looking really
You don't
sharp,
see
too,
the colors I'm wearing.
Who's your team now?
You don't see that gold.
Now, nigga, Washington. Yo, you a wild boy.
I know you. I knew you was gonna wear that.
You wild, man.
Alabama.
Yo, I'm telling you now. I was on Maurice Claret page, and he was getting the whole comment section was saying, I wonder who team Mason's coming in. The Ducks is out. The Mighty Ducks. Bo Nix, he lost to Penix.
Yeah.
So, and
that was a good game, though. That was a good game.
Yeah.
All my teams lost like by close numbers. So, and I wore a little rust for Texas, if you could see it in the handkerchief.
Okay,
You know.
all right. Texas is lying.
Even OJ's on you.
It's crazy, man. It's just a little rush.
I still got a little 49er red on for me. As I told you last week, they're the best team in football right now.
No, you
when
did
they
not
got
say that.
everybody
Oh,
on the
let's
field.
get to it. Hold on, let's get to a stat. Let's roll.
Right. Well, I guess in honor of you wearing 49ers colors, let's start with the 49ers. They took down the Eagles 42-19. Does this change how you view either team?
It doesn't change how I view them. I still think the Eagles are a terrific team. And, you know, certain days they may be able to beat the 49ers. But if both teams are completely healthy and they played 10 times, the 49ers would win 7 times. The 49ers are just solid everywhere and a little more than solid. They have dynamic players. Last year, when they lost to Philly, we all talk about the lack of the quarterback. 49ers had no quarterback. The main guy they didn't have was Deebo Samuels. Deebo is a beast. He's on my fantasy team, so I couldn't be happier right now. But the Niners are the best team in football if everybody's on the field healthy. Now, the closest team
Not
to
what you
him,
said last week. Oh, we went to the videotape before we start the show. You said that Philly was the best team in football last week, because I knew you would try this week. I went and watched the episode before we came and filmed today. You said the best team in football last week was the Philadelphia Eagles. I checked the tape.
You're talking 2 weeks. You may have been talking 2 weeks ago. You pulling out
Oh my goodness.
2 week tape.
You got to stop this.
Yeah, I think Philly was a great team, but the 49ers, when healthy, are the best team in football.
Oh, we're going to leave you up here talking by yourself if you pull that again. Pause. That was crazy, I can't believe you did that,
No, I think Philly is a really good team. And for a couple of weeks, I said they were the best team. But I said when the 49ers are healthy and they got all their guys on the field, and you guys got on my case.
Oh, what do you think about Roger Goodell wanting to permanently remove that Eagles tush push play?
It's typical, What did they do with Chamberlain? When Chamberlain came along, they widened the lane to keep getting further away from ball. What did they do when Kareem came on? Kareem played all his years in college, and they banned dunks. Couldn't dunk the ball when Kareem was in college. So now you got a team which, I got to give it to Kelsey, the center, because I think he's one of the main guys that makes it work. But we do know it's Hurts that gets it into the end zone. And now I guess he considers it unfair. So when a player or a team perfects something that other teams can't match, I gotta say mostly it was the brother.
Oh, look at how Killer is looking at you right now. He won't even sit down and talk to you,
Most of the time, if it's a brother involved, they're going to try to change it. Oh, I thought that was a mannequin. I thought that was a mannequin.
You stand over there.
Oh, that's how you feel about you in his Alabama suit.
29th team, said is the best team in football, yo.
No, I was just like, I told you guys every week, you guys laugh at me when things change because you say I always make it. Something, I always kind of protect myself with something. When the 49ers, and I know I've said this the entire season, when the 49ers is fully healthy, they're the best team in football. Nobody got the skilled players that they have. Nobody's got some people have great defensive lines, but the 49ers, especially when they got Chase Young, when you got that kind of defensive line, the offensive line they got when Williams is playing and not hurt like he was in the championship game, look at the receiver. Ayuk, Debo, we know what Debo is.
What was that,
Brandon Ayuk.
That was Ayuk. He was a wide receiver.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, now I know what you meant, Cam, when you say I talk about basketball the way he talks about football.
Dang. That was a sub.
Nigga threw it straight, man. Murder caught it straight for nuts.
Maybe if you didn't say it with so much jet lag, we would have known what you was talking about.
All right, I'm back off that one. Damn, Murder caught it straight for no reason, man.
Yeah, one of the guys had Ayuk on his team, fantasy team. So today, every time he caught a pass, he's yelling, Ayuk, and you know how that place is, Cam, where I watch football.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to creep up. I didn't know if you was there or not today. I was going to come by and check it.
Yeah, I'm there every Sunday, no matter how I feel. But today
I
was
thought you
special.
said Ayukin, but you was drinking the blueberry juice. I didn't know what you was saying.
Hey, good for your heart. I felt bad last week and I couldn't give all the properties, but you read up on everybody should be blueberries, help you think clear. And you really need to drink some of this. But blueberry.
That wasn't a blueberry. That sound like wow. Look, I walked out because this is old 28 team saying this is the best team in football since the Cowboys in week 1. I don't know how far you got of what you talked about, so I'll just give my opinion real quick. To me, the 49ers, and I have not said this before or maybe early, they definitely look like the best team in football this week. Those, when Purdy, Debo, and McCaffrey play, they do not lose. And Kittles as well. Those core guys, and their defense was looking really well today as well. But when those 3 guys are on the field, healthy, like O was saying in the beginning, I didn't have a problem with O's take of them being the best team in football this week, but you said last week Philly was, because we knew you would say.
I said Philly was playing the best football, but the 49ers, it was hard to push the Niners when they lost 3 straight games.
That was crazy.
Everybody got healthy.
Yeah.
But I think everybody in the league knows if the Niners are totally healthy, they're the toughest. They don't have a weakness. Great cornerbacks.
So Philly was playing the best football, but the Niners are the best team.
Philly was 10-1. They were playing the best football. And I'm gonna say this too: if the Buffalo Bills hadn't lost Milano and White, they'd be up there with them.
Oh, here we go. Well, look. Oh, Philly still has the best record in football right this very minute. So. Yeah. Are they the best team, or they just play? Are they not playing the best football?
Well, yeah, I don't,
because we got to be specific when it comes to words with you. We see, we have to be very specific.
It's like your boy says on his show. What is it? First Take. He always say it's fluid.
See, Stephen A. Smith. It's fluid. Thing. Okay, got you. Fluid. Okay, got you. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. I see him say that a lot. That's the bro. But now you're telling me you're biting lyrics. So now you stealing people's lines. Now you're gonna steal Stephen A's
pocket watching.
The air hustling, the pillow talking. Now you taking people's lyrics. This is crazy, man.
How can you say that the 49ers are the best team when the Eagles lead the league in 3rd and 4th down conversions?
Well, as I told you, they developed that push tush or whatever it was, and nobody could do it quite like them. That's why I was good. They almost get rid of it. The brothers just can't be stopped on them short yardages and end zone. But as I likened it to Kareem, a lot of people don't know. I went to just about all the UCLA games because Kareem was at UCLA at the same time I was at SC. And they were going undefeated. And they made the rule that he couldn't dunk. No dunking. Can you imagine that? Think about that in this day and age.
I mean, I was old enough.
Dunking, that was because of him. Tiger Woods, at 300 yards, they tightened all the fairways and brought the rough in because he was out driving everybody and he was hitting it, at that 300-yard area. With Wilt, they widen the lane. They tend to do that. Have you seen them change anything to keep Tom Brady from being effective? They even agreed they invented the tuck rule for him. So what I'm saying is, historically, in this country, in sports, if a brother's involved in something that is so superior to what everybody else is doing, somehow they deem it unfair. And they start thinking about changing the rules.
When you was playing, being that you was busting everybody's ass and killing everybody, what did they do for you to say you just rushing too many yards?
Oh, there's too many people out there. They couldn't change anything. And no matter where they change it, I still was going to be doing my thing. They could have changed whatever they wanted to change.
My man, said throw 14 niggas on the field. So you not stopping these yards, man.
Oh, your videos was looking like rugby style. You was just going, pause.
Yeah. I didn't. You know what? Because me and Jim and we all had them records, they added games. But they still ain't got me in a lot of my things. They added games so other people could break them.
So you're basically saying not money, not more sponsorship dollars, anything else. They added games just so people could break your record?
No. Oh, I'm just saying that to go along with the crap that I was saying.
All right.
I don't believe it. I know what the sport is about. The sport is about money, but I'm serious as heck when it comes to Wilt, when it comes to Kareem, when it comes to Tiger Woods, where they could make those changes. They made them.
Gotcha.
They made them all.
Well, just in case people forgotten, we talked about it on this show. O.J. Simpson, the only person with 2,000 plus yards in a 14-game season. That needs to be reminded.
Moving along, the Cowboys beat the Seahawks 41-35, extending their home win streak to 14. Obviously, Cowboys fans are real hype right now. How do you feel about the Cowboys right now? OJ.
I told you, I think I said this last week.
Oh, shit.
When the Cowboys beat, not this week, but last week, somebody, I don't know who it was, somebody without a winning record. The people in my room that watches at where I watch my Sunday football, they're yelling Super Bowl. Super Bowl, right? This actually was the only team with a semi-winning record that they beat. And I'm gonna tell you, late in that game, and I'm proud of what Geno Smith has done with his career the last few years. But there was a lot of passes, I'd say 3 or 4, where Geno was dropping back, had a terrific pocket in front of him, but he seems like he was trying to drop back faster than them edge rushers came around. And a few times he threw the ball even while he was still going back, when all he simply had to do was step up into the pocket. And I'm sure, I don't have a doubt that whenever they watch the films of that game, the lineman or the offensive line coach said, you could have stepped up in the pocket here. You kept going back. They had those guys going all the way around. You could have stepped up and throw the ball. But so it wasn't a great win on their part, but they did win, and they have a great record. What are they, 9-3 also? But you wait. They got to play. I don't know, do they have to play the 49ers? If they do, you're going to see a spanking. I do know they have to play the Bills, but as I said, the Bills' problem is they lost some key guys on defense, and they don't seem to be able to keep teams, with a lower score. They could still score, but somehow at the end of the game, if the other team got the ball, they are able to get down the field and score.
Oh, are you ready to give props to Dak? Do you think he's playing that much better?
Hey, you know what? All you can do is what you can do. And I can't say anything negative about Dak, because whatever they're giving him last place teams to play. He's doing to him what he should be doing to him. So Dak has had an incredibly efficient year. He's playing terrific football. But, it's like why they kept that Ohio team out of the college championships. It's who you play. It's who you play that matters. And who you lose.
Oh, don't start that, oh.
That's why we ain't heard nothing about Ohio at this point. Did Cleveland win today?
Joe Flacco did. He had more than 250 yards, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
For a nigga came straight off the couch. I know you're trying to play some Ohio shit. Oh, we know your games. You're trying to come and murder me. You're trying to see if the Ohio time. You not low. We know what you're doing. You know what we gonna do? Nick, this is what we gonna do. Highlight reel from OJ first show to this week and see how many teams he said the best team in football. Because he just said if Dallas,
Bears,
we're gonna get a whole highlight
film. We need the whole list.
Yeah, a whole highlight film of what he's doing, because 85 Bears was week 2. Now with the 85 Bears, which is the Cowboys play the 49ers, they gonna get spanked. He didn't say it's gonna be a good game. He's not gonna say, oh, it's not gonna be close. Nigga says spanked.
And don't forget Miami.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're playing the best football on turf right now.
Exactly. Oh, don't forget about Buffalo. Well, Buffalo made their comeback. It was crazy. Come on, man. We're gonna get a highlight.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yeah.
Ain't you from the Bay? Sir Mix-a-Lot is gonna be your nickname.
Mix-a-Lot's from Seattle, Mase.
Still somewhere out there.
Mase, come
It's
on.
West Coast.
We're hip-hop story. Yeah, it's West Coast. Yeah, I'm just saying, niggas get personal from Seattle. Niggas might get a little mad.
My bad, Seattle.
Yeah, man, don't do that.
Bad.
And real quick, because I want to make sure I keep track of your answers. So next, the Eagles will play the Cowboys. Who do you see winning that game? So we can keep track of this before the next game.
I see the Eagles winning that game. I don't think the Cowboys have coming out of the receiver-wise. The Cowboys is pretty tough, But I mean, they don't have the three great guys that 49ers have. Kittle at tight end and Ayuk and
Ayuk in the day. Man, it's Ayuk in the day, boy.
That's what I thought he said. Ayuk. Jet lag.
What they don't have is what the 49ers has got coming out of the backfield. And I think last week kind of showed us that their defense isn't quite, despite the 85 Bears in the beginning of the season and all of that, their defense is great, but not quite as good as the 49ers. So I do think, Purdy just doesn't make mistakes. I cannot say Purdy is better than your boy, but Purdy doesn't make mistakes. He runs that offense like you cannot believe.
You said you're not going to say that Purdy is better than Dak?
No, I didn't say that.
Who are you talking about then?
I was talking about Dak. I said I can't say that Purdy is better than Dak. I cannot.
I can.
Purdy is better than Dak.
I can definitely
But
say
Purdy is better running the 49ers as Dak is. Purdy runs the 49ers as well as any quarterback.
But the whole thing is this. Oh, this is the thing, right? And I'm not disagreeing.
I disagree on that.
No, what I'm saying is this. And the thing about it is, we don't know what other team Dak can run. And then, like, he came from another team and
he always throw these stats out there.
He's running the Cowboys his whole career. You act like he came from Seattle, then went to Baltimore, and now he ran all these different teams. He's running the same team that he's been drafted to.
Yeah. Do you think Dak will be better on Tampa?
No.
All right, then.
Yeah.
Point proven.
Yeah, the same way you
I don't
said.
know what the point is. You've lost him.
He was saying we never seen him run another team. Like it's not for sure he would be better.
Yeah, I'm just telling you,
he's not better than Purdy.
Runs their team better than Purdy runs his team, and I mean right now, it's flowing, but nobody in the last 2 years since Purdy has come on the scene, when he's got his weapons, I
gotta go with Mase.
Cam, as you stated, they're undefeated.
We stopping that right now. I need my gavel right now. If any of us is starting a football team right now, are you picking Dak or Purdy?
Now, I would choose Brock Purdy.
Okay, Killer, who would you pick?
That's not.
I was gonna say, I feel like what OJ. I don't think OJ's saying that he's the better quarterback. I feel like he's just saying situationally he would choose Dak.
That's what I was saying. He's not better than Purdy.
Talk to them boys, girl. Talk to them.
No, but that's not what he was saying, but that's what I said.
Okay,
I said Purdy.
But that's the disconnect.
Purdy is better.
Too.
Purdy is better.
Yeah, I think Brock Purdy's a better quarterback right now, but that's not the point that OJ was trying to make.
So when is he going to be better than Purdy?
When is Dak Prescott going to be better than Purdy?
When was he ever better than Purdy?
I mean, I'm not going to say he was ever better, but I didn't say that he was ever better than Purdy.
I know, but I was making my statement.
He might have more skills.
Okay. Well, the answer
he may have more
question.
skills than Purdy. He had more skills than Purdy, probably. But let Purdy play as many years as Dak played, and let's see what the record is there. I just think Purdy runs his offense as well as anybody. It goes back, as I said before, it goes back to Bart Starr, Bob Greasy. These guys weren't great individual quarterbacks, but they were making the Pro Bowl every year. They took their teams to the Super Bowl, not based on their total individual talent, but on their ability to run their teams.
Okay, we get that. Back to a couple things. I agree with Mase and Stat. I would pick Brock Purdy now. Also agree with you. We still have time to see exactly what Brock Purdy could do because Dak been playing longer. But you keep saying that he runs his offense just as good as anybody runs their offense, but you're not willing to say that he's better than Dak.
That's the point.
I'm not willing to say that. I'm not willing to say as an individual talent, I'm not willing to say that. I mean, Brady, I wouldn't say Brady had the skill that Elway had, just the natural skill that Elway had.
But see, that's a terrible example.
Yeah, you're spinning the conversation because that was my question.
The thing about it is, you know why that's a terrible example, though? Because Brady left and won a Super Bowl the next year. It isn't like he stayed in Bill Belichick.
That's my point.
Okay, gotcha.
That is my point.
Okay.
I don't think anybody would say that Brady was a better athlete than Elway. Right. Elway was just an incredible athlete playing quarterback. But running that New England offense, I don't think nobody could run that in New England offense any better than Brady. And he led it to Super Bowls because of that. And because he had talent around him.
I guess we're going to just keep going back and forth like ping pong.
Yeah.
Elway never had to run another offense. He stayed in the Broncos his whole career. So you're sitting there saying, this is what I'm saying. You're saying if he had to go to New England, let's say if he had to go to Green Bay where Brett Favre was at, if he had to go to we're not saying if Tom Brady left.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing that. I told you Brady for his time was, the best quarterback he won championships with his team. He's the GOAT. Nobody's going to argue that.
That's what I'm saying.
Anymore.
It don't matter what kind of athlete the quarterback is.
It's like, let me ask you this question. In the first 6 years of Michael Jordan's career, who's the best basketball player?
It depends. Maybe
win no championships.
Maybe the first 2 years it's arguable, but like after
6 years, it was Mike.
No, but like it might have been arguable after 4.
I agree, but he wasn't winning no championships on anybody's team. But he was still, I thought, the best player, and certainly after his first year, I thought he was the best player.
Well, listen. It's been many years. It's
Bird was winning championships.
Been mad years.
Magic was winning
they said that you were. They said that. They said you were the best football player in the 70s, not 72, 74. They said that you're the best football player in the 1970s, a decade. You have 0 championships. That don't mean that you wasn't the best football player. I don't get where this conversation is going.
Well, you guys got me totally lost. As to I thought when I first said it was simple. Purdy runs his team better than any quarterback in the NFL today. Is he the best just quarterback for his team? He's the best quarterback, but I don't think he's Jackson Lamar.
Yeah,
I don't think he's Josh Allen. I don't think he's.
But the thing about it, and listen,
that was the miscommunication because I just asked him the question and he said he didn't say it, but I asked the question.
No, because it's the reason why it's miscommunication. I agree with OJ saying that he's not a better individual talent than these players, but he's saying that he runs his team better than anybody. Like somebody else is about to go run another team.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson has to run the Ravens. Dak Prescott has to run the Cowboys. So what I'm saying is I get what you're saying, individual talent, but all these players are still running their team, but you don't want to put him.
Not better than him, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, what we're basically saying.
Let's reel it back.
This is what we're saying. He's the only one running that team. and nobody else is getting a chance to run that team.
Right.
So it's not
and
like
that's for every team.
Yeah. Purdy is running his team.
Right. Lamar Jackson's running his team.
But not as well as Purdy.
So, okay.
But you won't put Purdy over nobody
You guys
else.
are going to have different perspectives because y'all are answering different questions
No,
at the
no,
same
Stat, no,
we're just going to have to reel it in and go to the next one.
You know what?
No,
Just
Stat.
Judy the whole
No.
shit. We going to leave it with you. What are you...
Yeah.
What do you say?
I agree with you guys' point because that is the team that he's running. Like, there is no other, there's no other thing to compare it to because we're talking about that team. But I also understand OJ's point because he's trying to make his point to that case. But then, Mase, your question kind of threw off. But we're just going to reel it back in because you guys are going to agree to disagree.
My question threw it off. I'm here to ask the questions. That's my job.
I know, but this threw him off with the point that he was making. So I'm just going to say you guys are going to agree to disagree. And we're going to go to the next question because everybody's just going to be confused.
Send some of that blueberry juice this
Yeah,
way, baby.
for real.
I want some blueberry.
Jet lag,
Okay. So moving along to the Texans, they defeated Russell Wilson and the Broncos 22-17. CJ Stroud now leads the entire NFL in passing yards. OJ, how do you feel about that?
I think the man is great. But I do think the coach, I always forget his name, but he used to be a linebacker. I think the coach is coach of the year. I think this guy has done a hell of a job at Houston. He's got a young quarterback who throws a lot of interceptions, but he makes so many big plays. But overall, that team is playing just such a hard knock, smash mouth football, offensively and defensively. I think I don't think anybody argues that he's rookie of the year. But I think the coach might be coach of the year also. And that team might win that division. We're going to see a little something tomorrow night, see what Jacksonville does tomorrow night. But I think they got an excellent chance of winning the division because of a couple of rookies on their offense and because of the coach that they have.
Ohio in the building. You know how we do. Nothing. Nothing this week.
I mean, they lost the game, you know?
Like, seriously though, I think this had big playoff implications as far as who's going to make it to the playoffs out of these two teams. The kid, what's his name? Nico, he had 191 yards, I believe. CJ Stroud played great. He had one touchdown, but he was really a manager today, not like he usually does. I mean, he had 274 yards, but he didn't have a lot of touchdowns. But I agree, rookie of the year, coach does a sensational job. But let's not act like, even though he threw 3 interceptions, Russell Wilson still had a chance to win this game with a couple seconds left at the end of the game. This could have been a totally different conversation if the pass was maybe 3-4 inches pause a little higher. So this would be a totally different conversation because this was based on the last play of the game almost just about. So I'm not going to go too far down and badger the Broncos and say, yo, then, the Broncos like, oh, they fucked up. They played a terrific game. Russell Wilson won too many interceptions and won 2 short touchdowns. And this game would have been a different game, but they still can make the playoffs talking about the Broncos, but I think this game puts Houston in the playoffs, if you ask me.
Yeah, you could be right. I have nothing against the Denver Broncos. I thought it was more focus on Houston.
No, you're right. You're right. We need to talk about the people who won the game, but I just, like I said, I watched that game. So I was sitting there saying, at least I caught the second half, I should say. This was one play away from saying that the Broncos won. This is one interception or one touchdown away from saying the Broncos won this game. So you're absolutely right. Oh, we need to focus on the people who won. But, when it's that close.
Sean Payton has done a hell of a job considering where he took that team from. That was last year. He's done one hell of a job. And now I don't think people, when he was dogging that coach, Aaron Rodgers' favorite coach, who's with the Jets with him now, who's the head coach of the Broncos last year, when he came in and did something totally uncharacteristic, dogged him. The coaches don't do that to one another. I think people kind of see that he had a point, because this coach has done nothing being the offensive coordinator with the Jets at this point, because it's sad. I mean, it's really sad what he's done with that team.
Oh, what do you think what's your take on Pierce and his running game that day?
When the day?
Yes.
Any day. The man, I mean, his coach sets a tone of smash mouth. That's a hard running guy. He's a hard running brother. Even last year he was. I love watching running backs who give full effort. And he gives full effort all the time. And I hate to say this, but it's the 49ers. If you look at McCaffrey today, look how hard that guy run. That's what makes him great. That's what makes all the great runners great, is they run hard. I mean, let's look at Cleveland. I like the guys they got running now, but when Chubb was back there running, I'm sure Chubb would have been responsible for a couple of games, for a couple of wins that they didn't get this year if he was able to be back there.
Well, out of curiosity, because this clip has been going on social media after
Hold on
the
real
game.
quick, and let's also keep in mind, not to cut you off, Stan, I thought you was going to say it. Let's keep in mind moving forward for the Texans, their number one receiver is out for the season as well.
Yeah.
Devin Singletary. Yep.
So CJ Stroud and a linebacker on the Broncos actually got in a slight altercation on the field. When the play was dead, the linebacker actually ended up pushing him. CJ Stroud got in his face. There was a flag on the play. But after, in a press conference, he was asked about it, and he said, "I'm not going to let someone come and push me, especially not in my house. Like Drewski said, I'm going to stand on business." So do you feel like CJ Stroud handled that correctly by getting in his face? Or do you feel like he should have let it go?
Let me jump in real quick, man. I'm not saying this ain't been a slogan and nothing and everything else. And you said, who said this, CJ Stroud?
Yeah.
We got to stop, grown men, stop quoting T.I.'s son because he said it this week.
Yeah.
Because listen, not saying that niggas ain't been standing on business. Now everybody's standing on business because King is standing on business. Now football players following King.
No, but it's Drewski.
What?
Drewski
said.
Drewski been.
This is true, but I haven't heard it. Drewski too, but I haven't heard it as much since King said it this week. I've been hearing it all over the fucking place. Since King said it this week.
Who else
and
said it?
Drewski, my nigga. Drewski, we work with Johnny Shipes. That's my man. You know what I'm saying? Who didn't say it? It's all over the gram. First of all, T.I. ran down. I don't know if you've seen T.I. run down on niggas at the club.
Yeah,
you see that?
Yeah.
He said, that's really standing on business.
That's standing on business.
Yeah, what you about to say? Yeah,
stand on business.
Nigga did it in sign language. You know what I'm saying?
Stand on business.
But what I'm trying to say is all this week. Not saying that it hasn't been going on this week because King went viral with it. Hey, y'all niggas following King is wild. Pause, man. And T.I.'s my man. And King, I haven't met him, but T.I.'s my man. But y'all niggas got to stop seeing King say this, and now y'all stand on business. That's what I had to say about it. Period. But go ahead.
What do you think?
I think, the vernacular changes all the time, and something is said, and people use a word or a phrase, and everybody picks up on it. It probably shows how influential that person is. I don't know.
Let me ask you.
I like the way the guy stood up. I like anybody that stands up. As I told you before,
would you say standing on business? You standing on business?
No, have you ever stood on business, though? I said, you ever stood on business?
It's assuming I understand what it means. Yes, I have.
Okay.
As you should. You got to add it to your vocabulary. I like it.
I don't want to say.
Not even new. The whole shit is like, that shit like 3 years old. And I'm old, so I know that's not even new.
See, they got granddaddy issues, and they don't need to hear you out here saying you
Nah,
standing
fuck
on
that,
business.
If you standing on business, that means you mean what you say.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it means.
I'm saying
When you come on this
I
show,
don't know if I use the phrase, but I've always
you always
stood
stood
on
on
my
business. That's a fact. We don't. Hey, when you come on this show, you say whether we agree or disagree or whatever, you standing on business.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something real quick, just probably before we go to break. I would like to know, who would you rather have if you're starting a team today, both are in their prime, both healthy? Would you rather have Christian McCaffrey or Derrick Henry?
You talk as a running back.
Yes, they both play running back, man.
I mean, you said who would you like to have? You named just those two guys. So
if you start as running backs, if you're starting a team and they're both, you need a running back. Which one? And they're both available.
Boy, that question is crazy. Because of the rules of passing the ball and because of the difference between these two and the offense, the passing game that they offer their team, it would probably be McCaffrey.
Okay.
But I love the King Henry. I mean, I love King Henry. The man is a beast. But with all the rules in football now, you got to throw the ball a lot. And if you're just running the ball, I like running the ball, but you need to have a back that can also catch the ball. Gotcha. He's got to be a big part of your passing game.
Gotcha. I was just wondering that.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to break, and when we return, we will talk about the Chiefs versus the Packers.
Pink horsepower.
She called this thing about toxic.
What's happening, baby? Baby, what's happening?
Why you walking like that?
That's how I walk.
And then like you come on breathing on me like that.
I fucking breathe to live.
And like you used to be dark skinned and now you act like hella light skinned.
Are you fucking blind? I'm dark skinned. What the fuck?
And then like look at your beard.
What the fuck is wrong with my
looks
beard?
Stupid.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I don't even like it. The way you breathe in all of that.
Has this ever happened to you? Your girl seems to be mad, angry, upset. She's frustrated. It's only one way to handle that. Pink horsepower.
But your breath is really refreshing.
No.
I'm just trying to give you a massage. Plus, have I told you how good your beard looks lately? It looks so good.
No.
PHP. It works every time.
Wait, where you going?
Welcome back. So let's get into our Underdog Fantasy picks of the day. This afternoon, the Celtics will play the Pacers. Underdog Fantasy has Jason Tatum at 9.5 rebounds. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Higher.
Lower.
Okay. Jaylen Brown is at 2.5 assists. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
Higher.
Okay. And Tyrese Halliburton is at 26.5 points. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Higher.
Gonna hire your little Halliburton. This your time to show the league that you that nigga. You've been busting ass. You going up against the $325 million man. Next season, possibly the $375 million man. This is your time to get your check ready for when your contract is up. This is a very important game. Now listen out there, if y'all want to use Code Cam and rack up like y'all been doing, like everybody else has been doing, if you haven't done it yet, go to Underdog Fantasy. Look, let me tell y'all something. If you fucking with anybody else, you corny as fuck. I'm just telling you this now because your money comes directly to you. Like, they don't play no games. That shit comes directly to you. And I don't know what's going on because I'm not going to act like I'm behind the scenes, but Code Cam is over $2-3 million already this season. You see Code Cam is already got up. I got to get the exact numbers from my nigga Nick, but I think that shit is like $2.9 million niggas using Code Cam. We got 2 people going to the Super Bowl, like 10, 12 people that won $10,000, 2 people that won $250,000. Fuck with me.
Kind. Okay, make sure to download the Underdog Fantasy app and you can make your picks too. We are joined back with our football analyst, OJ. Okay, so the Packers defeated the Chiefs 27-19, and yes, Taylor Swift was in attendance. How do you feel about the Chiefs' loss, OJ, first?
Well, I think the Chiefs have shown that they're not the same team that they were the last few years, because you can't continue to change these receivers and think every new receiver you bring in is going to be, like super contributors. And that's the problem. I mean, the reason they've done as well as they've done on offense is, we know it's Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes. I call him Mahomes because that's what I call myself when I'm wearing his outfit on Halloween. But they honestly have weaknesses, and that's why I think Cruz couldn't pick them to win the AFC. He didn't want to not say it, but I think that's one of the reasons why he didn't want to pick them, and that's why I won't pick him. Because he can only do so much. I don't care how good you are; he can only do so much. Funny thing today is, in a bet that I made, me and a buddy of ours, we made 4 bets. Him 2, me 2. We throw like $100 on each one, and we do it every week during the course of the season. I took Green Bay. This kid Love, all athletes reach a point when, bam, they get it. And I think this kid the last few weeks has gotten it. He knows what he's doing now. And he's playing the type of ball they thought he would be capable of playing when they drafted him. And them years behind Rodgers and stuff is really paying off now. So, and we always knew they had a pretty decent defense. And those wide receivers, Dobbs and Watson, they've come along with him the last couple of years. They're going up for the ball. They're making spectacular catches, and I really wouldn't want to play them now. I don't think many teams would really want to go into Green Bay at least and try to play these guys because they're hot. They're on a roll.
Yeah. I said this last week because I watched Jordan Love 2 weeks in a row. And I was saying he looks like Patrick Mahomes even before this game. And I was like, yo, with them, I was on the phone with some of my friends. We was like on the phone for like 20, 25 minutes talking during the game, just kicking shit, just, regular stuff like when you're watching the game with your fellas. But we was on the phone and we was like, where the fuck Jordan Love been this whole time? He's been kicking ass 3 weeks in a row and he outplayed Patrick Mahomes tonight. Patrick Mahomes, 21 for 33, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jordan Love, 267 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Coming in tonight's game, I have to check about after winning this game, but his stats through the first 11 games are 2,599 passing yards, 21 touchdowns, and a 5-6 record. You know who had that same amount of yards and same record with the same amount of touchdowns? Aaron Rodgers. Same amount through his first 11 games. So we're going to keep an eye on Jordan Love because I think this last 3 weeks, he's found something, and we'll see how far it goes this year.
Agree 100%.
Okay. The Saints lost to the Lions 33-28, bringing the Lions record to 9-3, the same as the 49ers. So, OJ, how do you feel about that?
I don't care. I don't care. I think the Lions, I think they're playing really good ball, but we know what's going to happen to golf the minute it's a playoff and the minute a game really, 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 really counts.
Oh, put some respect on Detroit.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about the Lions. I think Goff is playing. Look, he took a team to the Super Bowl, right? And almost didn't complete a pass when they got there. And that's why they got rid of him. Why would you get rid of a young quarterback who was the number 1 draft choice in the entire draft, and he's only in like his 3rd or 4th year? Because they see what I and a whole lot of other people see. This kid's got skills, he's got talent, but when it comes to the big one, Michael didn't miss. Jerry West didn't miss when it came to the big ones. So
Jerry West got one chip, man.
He does it. Pardon me?
How many championships Jerry West got?
I think just one.
Yeah. You have a lot of times not to miss.
Well, he didn't. You saw those championships against the Celtics, and he'd be taking them long. There was no 3-pointers then. He'd take them long shots going down the field.
Yeah, but you just said when he got his shot, he missed, though. Oh, he won once.
He didn't miss in the end of the game in the big shots. He never missed it. The problem is,
we talk about the shot. We're not talking about overall.
Yeah, just like with Josh Allen, he never ended up with the last shot.
Josh Allen got
it. Went from Jerry West. Oh, you went from Jerry West to Josh Allen.
That man got Josh Allen.
What's the correlation?
He got them he got them in on a bye week, yo. That's crazy.
Yeah, they don't get the last shot. Unfortunately, the other team gets it, and they didn't miss. So the Celtics didn't.
In his career, DK...
Or New York, for that matter. I'm sorry.
No,
or the Knicks, for that matter. If you remember that championship, I don't know if you were alive then.
We wasn't alive.
Oh, we definitely ain't see that.
We haven't. Me and Mase
on the court.
Yeah, me and Mase we're from New York. Well, I guess we're from whatever. We've never seen the Knicks win a championship. We seen the Mets, we seen the Yankees, we haven't seen the Jets, we seen the Giants, and that's all and we even seen the Rangers.
Yeah.
Never seen the Knicks. We missed that.
In his career, DK Metcalf has been fined a total of over $98,000 for excessive celebration or unsportsmanlike conduct. So he spent his downtime learning ASL and now talks trash in sign language. So how do you feel about that decision he made?
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
But they're going to find a way to find him. They're going to put somebody else, like we see on TV doing all of that when the president is talking. They're going to have somebody sitting next to Goodell telling him what he's saying.
I agree with that.
It depends on what he says, right?
I agree with that because there's two ways you could get fined with that. Because you know what? That was a great point. Oh, I like that. Because you know what? I've seen several, not even one, two, I've seen several occasions, and I'm not putting Metcalf in this situation. I'm just saying that I've seen several occasions where it's emergencies going on, and they got a sign language lady there that don't really know what she's doing. And then they go to the governor like, how does she get the job? Because real sign language people will be like, no disrespect to my sign language, but they'll be like, yo, how does she get the job? And going like, we just didn't do enough homework. So I agree with you. I think Roger Goodell will have there somebody keeping an eye on Metcalf because it's two things. He'll say something slick with the sign language, or he won't do it right, and they'll be like, you're being disrespectful to people who need sign language to communicate. So I agree with that. They're going to find a way to find him one way or another. Hope they don't, but I'm just saying it's inevitable almost.
They shouldn't even find him. Maybe he's bringing more people to the game. That's what would be my that would be my argument for him as a football player. I'm celebrating with those that couldn't hear.
Well, it's what he's saying that's going to matter. That's what's going to, tip the bucket. I agree with Cam on that one too. That it's what he says. He's going to get out of line at some point. Hopefully he doesn't, because when he was naming the five wide receiver, I was saying DK Metcalf, man, it's hard not to have him in the top 5.
Yeah. Well, listen, man. Just go back to what we was talking about a few minutes ago. His first thing is standing on business, sign language. Just standing on business off the jump.
Okay. And
I give it to him.
And last thing, no, you're good, OJ. Last thing on the topic of basketball, which is very random. Anthony Edwards says he would love to see Kevin Durant wearing his shoe during a game. Katie replied, "You won't ever see me put my big toe in one of them."
So then Adidas replied and said, "You Dusty, about to retire soon anyway." Then they deleted the tweet and then they said that tweet was meant for the burner account. Thoughts on Adidas' response and everything in between?
Well, I don't know what of course, Anthony Edwards, a shout out to Anthony Edwards, shout out to Kevin Durant. Thing about it is this, why, of course, Anthony Edwards would love for Kevin Durant to wear a shoe, or anybody that he probably looked up to before he got in the NBA. I don't know what they want Kevin Durant to say if he signed to Nike. It isn't like it's the same company, and he's like, yo, we're the Ant-Mans and it's a Nike company, or they're both on Adidas. They're on two rival companies. So for Kevin Durant to say that just goes to still a better check with Nike. Nah, I ain't wearing that shit. I'm from Nike, nigga. So whoever runs the account for Adidas is probably younger. They we got somebody who's running the account, who's hip, who's in the loop. This is what companies do so they can stay affluent with these younger kids or people like myself who fly and know what the fuck is going on out there, and I'm standing on business. So that's who they have running their account. But you see it got erased because if they were standing on business, they wouldn't have erased it. That's how I feel about the whole shit.
Good. That's a good
I don't understand why Adidas even got into it. You know who wore the first Adidas football shoe?
Oh, shit.
Silly. Silly.
Don't tell me it's my man. Uncle O wore the first Adidas football shoe ever?
I used to wear the Adidas soccer shoe, but it has a cleat in front that's really illegal. Okay. And because I was a track guy, we was always dealing with Adidas for free track shoes and stuff. They decided to make a football shoe. I used to always say, why don't you guys make a football shoe? Why don't you make a football shoe? And the first year they made them, Earl McCullough, my teammate, who was a high hurdler and had the record at one point, was on our record-breaking relay team. Bob Hayes and a white guy named Richmond Flowers, who played for Tennessee football and ran track. And I think his father was governor at one point. We were the four guys that wore Adidas football shoe, the first football shoe that they came out with. Just a little history.
I'll go with Stack. The more you know.
Now we're going to.
No, that's dope, old man. We got to write down with a lot of this shit that you started or the first person. No, seriously, I know we joke around and we got back and forth banter and differences of opinion on different things. And we shouldn't all have the same opinion, but what you bring to the show and your history that people try to sweep under the rug is remarkable. And I'm happy that you do have a platform, not saying that you don't have your own, but somewhere outside of your own to remind people of all the great stuff that you did as an athlete.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate being on with you guys too. I enjoy it to no end.
Thank you, man.
My quick thoughts on the Adidas comment, I just feel like I don't even understand what the point of that was, because I don't even know whoever tweeted it if they're still working, because there's no way the company approved that, because why would you say that?
Good.
But yes, OJ, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
The more you know.
Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.